And I'm kind of lost at this point because they're not even arguing the actual topic. They're trying to argue the legitimacy of the case, but of course, white people, right? What I find funny is if they want to argue the case, they leave out parts of the penal code. Like if the person has a right to be in the place they're at, which Carmelo did, he was scheduled to be in the track meet. Those two boys weren't. Deadly Force or Smelly Force in Texas also says if somebody is committing aggravated assault. Last time I checked during the jury trial, they said they took his property, his blue Jansport backpack. That's robbery, right? So there's all parts of the penal code that actually go against their argument that they don't use because they know they don't really have an argument. So I don't really care about any of that. I'd rather go back to the topic. Can somebody prove that black men were not there protesting, arguing with Jake Lang and others about this case? Can somebody prove that black men were not at Cyrus Carmack's trial or at the store protesting, vandalizing, and shutting down Rick Child's store? Can somebody prove that?
I'm gonna say ninjas on social media who are talking about oh yeah, he deserved his sentence, he deserved this and he deserved that. My thing is this, right? Again, we're talking about the very same men who don't have an issue rallying behind Tory Lanez, R. Kelly, and P. Diddy, and all these nasty, evil, demonic behind black males who have a track record of being evil. But when it comes time to rally behind an innocent black male who, for one, yes, was actually invited to that track meet, unlike those two white bandits who tried to jump him. When it comes time to rally behind an innocent black male who had a good future, had a 3.7 GPA, who was going to probably be something in life, now all of a sudden you hear these dang on fools rallying with the very same white men who, let's be honest, will butt break your behinds again and put you on a plantation in a heartbeat. Like, I'm honestly getting sick and tired of the dumb behind nonsense. That is why I really do hate the fact that you got so many black women who try to make it their dang on duty to quote unquote help these black males out. They don't even give a damn about themselves, yo. They don't care about their innocent sons, their innocent brothers. All they care about is supporting white men and white women licking their dang on toes and whatnot. All they care about is supporting the degenerate black males who don't deserve nothing.
So, are you saying that there were no black men there on Carmelo or Cyrus's side? That's what we're here
I don't
saying.
give a damn. I said I don't
Oh,
care.
okay,
Because I'm
okay.
gonna tell you something. When I hear black
You
dudes,
hear
when I
that,
hear black
host?
dudes on these panels, when I hear these dudes on these panels, bro, don't quote the damn host. You talking to me. I'm gonna keep it real.
I'm
Like,
not talking to
look,
you no
when you
more.
got dudes, well,
Hey,
you
y'all
don't
keep
listen
me
to me.
out of it. I'm
Okay.
hosting.
So again, we had multiple black dudes try to come up on here and say that this dude was guilty and that he deserved to get the book thrown at him, bro. Like, we cannot ignore this dang on crap. You can sit up there and talk about, oh, these black men were doing this, these black men were doing that. Well, what about these ninjas on social media who are rallying with the racist whites? What you got to say about them?
Yeah,
He
they're
probably
cool.
didn't deserve to get the book the
She
way
asked
him,
me a
but he
question.
sure
Yeah,
ain't
so
innocent though.
so
I ain't gonna lie about that.
Questions unless you're
Oh,
a
okay.
subscriber, first of all.
Okay, so here's the thing, though, right? Again, here's the thing. Yes, he did end up, poking the boy in the heart. No one is saying that that didn't happen. But y'all trying to make it seem like, you got people trying to make it seem like this dude came to the event with the intent to take someone's child out. That is not how it went. The dude went to the event because he was actually supposed to be there. Okay, those two white bandits who were suspended, who were not invited to that track meet, came over there trying to bully him, trying to start a fight with him, try to jump him on them bleachers. And what ended up happening was that, yeah, one of them ended up getting poked. And I'm not gonna blame a 17-year-old male for carrying a poker. I'm not. Y'all crazy if y'all think that it's okay to sit up there and tell somebody that in a stand your ground state, they ain't allowed to stand their ground. Like, get real.
Galaxy 4. Who's the Galaxy 4? I've had enough of her. Shut her up. Damn. Honest, I gotta drop you, love.
well,
Damn,
the problem with her response
Wait,
is
hold on. Macy, I got you. Give me a second. So, new guest, Isaac and, let me see, Lance. I'm gonna be with y'all in a minute. Please repost and share the live. I'm gonna give it a couple more minutes. They didn't drop Honest, and Honest was standing on business. Let me highlight what she said. She said she was tired of hearing these men up here rallying behind Tory Lanez, R. Kelly, P. Diddy, but they're not doing enough for these young men who have obviously been dealt harsh sentences. One unalive for a bottle of water, and the other one unalive, 35 years in prison.
That's not true though.
Two galaxies. I'm not debating y'all. Two galaxies to bring her back, y'all. If you would like to bring Honest back, Maceo, go ahead.
Yeah, but she proved the point because the prompt is asking where is the outrage from black men, and when I asked her about the black men who clearly showed outrage because they were at both of these cases showing their outrage in front of white, excuse me, in front of white people like Jake Lane, a January 6er, she said she doesn't care that they were there. She wants to talk about the COONs that are against Carmelo and Cyrus. So she doesn't even care that there are black men that agree with her on this issue. So they're being disingenuous. So if we're going to be, excuse me, I'm going to land, excuse me.
I gotta jump in after he lands.
So if we're going to be consistent and we're going to pick the coons in the community and use them as, if we're going to use the raccoons in the community as a gauge for the collective community, then let's be consistent. There were two black women on the Cyrus Carmack case that voted for Rick Child to be found not guilty. Two black women agreed that he was not guilty. So are we going to be consistent, or are we going to say, well, that was just two of them?
Okay, so Honest got her spot back. They sent two galaxies to save her spot. Everyone, please share, repost, tap the screen. It's been an hour. We should be at least at 50K likes. Please tap the live up. It takes like 300 likes. Everybody, we can catch up in no time. I'm gonna let Honest start open panel again because they saved her spot. It would be 3 galaxies to drop her because they saved her because Honest was cooking. Honest, can you chime in again, especially on this whole thing, how these men rallied behind P. Diddy and them, but you can add whatever else you want to also. Go ahead.
Yeah, I already know they probably set their little dumb galaxies, and the fool up here right now, they can't hear the dang on truth coming from a real logical woman who's cooking their dang on behinds. Because at the end of the day, one of the things that these black men got to realize is that one of the main reasons why white men continue to do what they do is because they don't fear them. Okay, these men don't put any energy into making these white men fear them. Okay, now again, if black men really wanted to get up and wanted to make white men like those two bandits that tried to jump Carmelo fearful of them, then what they will be doing is that they will be torching crap. They will be lighting the dang on streets up. They will be showing these white men that they not for to sit up there and stand by a black male getting thrown in jail for something that he didn't even really intend to do. Okay? That he didn't even start. But again, they sitting up there. But again, a large portion of you are sitting up here justifying the dang on racism though. So no, what we talking about?
They did throw fire for on that store, Miss Honest. They blew that store behind
Okay, well, hold on, Honest, because if he's gonna start, I hope he has a full sentence and not two worders. So Dom, you interrupted her, so I'm sure you have a full response.
Yeah, Black Scarface, did I say torch our community up?
Oh wait, Black Scarface needs to share the live. It's not his turn to talk yet. So go ahead, Damn, are you gonna say anything? You said two words. Don't interrupt people with 2 words, please.
Yeah, I was waiting for you to get because I'm trying to get knowledge at the same time, but I'm confused with what she's saying because
okay. So if you have a question in the galaxy for questions, I'm gonna come back to you.
I'm not asking no questions, Miss Poetic.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I said I'm just confused with what she's saying because they did tear up that store behind Carmack. Like 12 was literally out there, 55 deep. They literally ran that yin yang across from there. For Carmelo, they probably just didn't do the torching, but they tore the scene up for Carmelo too. So I'm kind of confused with what she's saying. That's it, Miss Poetic.
Let's go to yes, it is a galaxy for questions unless you are a subscriber. I'm about to go to the new guest, y'all. So Isaac, go ahead. You got 2 minutes.
Yeah, hello. Good afternoon, y'all. I just want to know wait, do you want to know my stance on the issue or
my stance? Whatever you want.
Yeah, my stance on the issue, honestly,
you got 2 minutes.
It's sad on both sides of the whole who died and whatever the case may be, but
they're using TikTok friendly language.
Yeah, okay, yeah, my fault. But the whole him getting sentenced to 35 years in probation. I mean, I do agree with the said verdict right? Obviously, he did like murder somebody at the end of the day, whatever the case may be. But yeah, I just wanted to see like what's like the argumentation or like the negation to like the verdict on people that have like a contention with it. But yeah, I'm done.
Okay, go ahead and address the prompt.
Prompt: where's the outrage? Black men are songs.
Just say it out loud.
Say out loud.
Yeah, you can read out the top out loud.
All right, where is the outrage? Black men are silent on the injustice.
Okay, what's your thoughts on that?
I mean, I feel like quick to point a finger at black women. About what? What are we pointing black women about? I'm confused.
At the end of the day, your
Okay,
lack
no. Let him land. We're not answering his questions. He didn't platform a question. So go ahead. You could literally look at the prompt and know that I'm not here to do a teaching moment. I need you to answer the prompt.
I mean, I believe it's different. If we're in reference to like told to stop buying weeds from Asians, told to stop getting nails from Asians, I mean that's like only a select few people. I feel like it's like generalizing the whole entirety like group of like men. It's just like weird, to be completely honest. I don't believe that to be the case. That like all black men are telling like black women to like, hey, stop buying stuff from like Asian companies and things of that nature. I don't believe that to be the case. No.
Okay, no, you had a rebuttal. Go ahead.
Yeah, his lack of comprehension is getting on my nerves on a serious tip. Please read a little bit more before you decide to get your ass up on a panel and talk about something that you don't really know what's going on. So I wanted to address what he was just saying, which is utterly ridiculous. In South Carolina in particular, yes, there might have been 2 women, BOK women, on that jury, but they were raccoons. Just like we're talking about how there's so many raccoons among BOK men. And that's something that you don't want to address, Maceo. I don't know why you keep running from that point, but you don't want to address that. The fact is that both of these states are red states, okay? And I knew that they were going to find Carmelo Anthony guilty because they had an all-white jury, okay? That was, that was a fact. We knew that was going to happen. I don't know of any BOK person in any red state so far that hasn't been found guilty, regardless of the situation. And you guys keep ignoring the big issue, which is systemic racism. And when we talk about black men do not support us as black people. You guys don't vote like you're supposed to. You don't show up at school board meetings. You don't get into politics. And when you do get in politics, especially if it's in a red state, you guys are raccooning. Like Tim Scott from South Carolina. Tim Scott is a big old raccoon in South Carolina. I bet you he had nothing to say about this case. The fact that it took 3 years to bring it to trial is absolutely ridiculous. And I'm talking about the Cyrus Carmack case. 3 years. That is so ridiculous. Do you think it would have took 3 years if he had been a white boy? Immediately, that case would have took place immediately. And they only waited till the media got a hold of it to go and burn down that man's shop. That meant he had 3 years to run that business. Okay, and what I'm saying is the people within that community should have been talking. They should have been telling BOK people, look, this guy is horrible to us as a people. We need to stay away from his store. We need to shut his store down. Stop spending our money in his store. But instead of that, BOK men want to get on this app and talk about black women. That's what y'all want to do instead of minding your business and helping to fight the patriarchy and helping to end systemic racism, which y'all refuse to do because y'all don't want to stand up to white men. I'll land there.
Yeah, so I'll respond to that. I clearly talked about the raccoons, and I said I called them something else, which is why the host corrected me and said, no, just say raccoons. But you didn't hear that because you didn't want to hear that, right? We could go to the conservative black side right now, and there will be black men and black women rallying against Cyrus and Carmelo. Just like we had Candace Owens rallying against Breonna Taylor, right? But nobody's going to sit here and say, because there's a few raccoons that are black women, we're going to just focus on them and make it seem like they're the collective. Really what I said. And as far as how black men vote, black men have been voting Democrat like black women for decades. When Joe Biden beat Trump, he got 80% of black men's vote. When Kamala Harris beat Trump, she got 78%. So are we really making the argument that 2-point drop off is what swung the election? Well, if we're going to make that argument, we should make it for both sides, because Hillary Clinton did better with black women than Kamala Harris. She got 94%.
That's not true.
Excuse me, she got 94%. Kamala got
Who
92.
gave Republicans?
Excuse
Wait,
me.
wait, wait.
Who gave
Guys,
Republicans
Excuse
a
me.
lot?
it's not open panel yet. So
Excuse me.
Okay.
the minute is up, so I gotta go to the next person. You guys can always send a money pop out to take the mic, but let's go to that. We're starting fresh, so you can start fresh on your answer. You get 2 minutes to address the prompt, address anything you heard.
Like I said, black men should not be outraging or anything in support of a person that's willing to crash out and they don't care about their own life. We done went through too much in America to set ourselves back. Black men are very powerful at this point. We're making a lot of money. We're in very powerful positions.
Let me hear that clearly. You said black men shouldn't be doing anything for these cases.
Definitely not for the Carmelo Anthony. Absolutely not. He's guilty, 100%.
Raccoon.
But on Cyrus, for sure, Cyrus, he was innocent. But those are not even the same type of cases, and they were in two different states. Y'all, that's y'all probably
black men in the. I agree. In fact, so
absolutely.
I think this is what the prompt was talking
But
about.
why are you interrupting me, host?
Was talking about. I'm gonna start you over. And knowing honest was talking about. Look at him. The black man saying yes. Don't do nothing. Okay, let me go back. You go ahead. I'm gonna start your timer over. Go ahead.
Yeah, like we have endured so much in this damn country. Like the example I used in the past during the '80s, the smack epidemic when we were removed out of the household, like all these black men getting life in prison. You know what I'm saying? All this. Guess what the black women did? Forget him. Go procreate with other men and lived off government assistance and raised these young men to be emotionally
unless you're gonna send the money pew pew to take the mic. That's the only way. Otherwise, I'm gonna start him over every time because that's how this panel's ran. Everyone gets to talk unless you're gonna send a gift to shut them up.
Okay. But yeah, though, like my thing is this: like, guess what? And they are responsible for these emotionally unstable men. They raised the men like Carmelo Anthony to just crash out and not care about their life and the decisions that they make and how they can impact other people. Y'all need to start thinking before y'all fucking do and stop listening to these people. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all need to and please, black men, we are in a very powerful position right now, man. We becoming CEOs. You know, we changing so much, bro. Like, don't let these little cases distract you. Keep doing your thing. That's it. I'll end.
Little cases is diabolical.
That is outrageous. That could have he could have been anybody's kid, and he didn't crash out. He was defending himself. So I guess you got the hell beat out of him.
Defending himself?
What you wanted him to do?
What? Okay, I think you're going to the comments because you keep asking questions. You ain't sent one Galaxy for a question, and you're not a subscriber. So until you can be an asset to the platform by following the rules or gifting the live, then I'm gonna just have you in the comments. Go ahead. No.
Yeah. So you want to set up there? Yes, it's two different cases that happen in two different states, but the fact still remains is that he did not crash out. He was not a crash out type of person. He had a 3.7 GPA, highly educated, came from a two-parent household. He didn't crash out. What he did was defend himself. So I guess you wanted him to get the hell beat out of him because that's what was going to happen. Okay? And he didn't purposely go there to unalive anyone. He was there because he was supposed to be there. They approached him. Okay?
Wow.
So you don't get to run and cry victim and file and say, oh, he unalived a kid. Well, that kid should have kept his hands to himself. And that's the other thing. White people have got to learn to leave black people alone because we're tired of y'all shit. And we are not our ancestors. We're not going to sit up and keep taking the nonsense that y'all keep shoveling. And more of this is going to happen. If white people
let me ask you this, and I'm gonna let him respond. I gotta ask you something. Black, you're next. Thank you for your patience. Black Scarface, Ascended, The Integrity. You guys are next. Please share a repost while you're waiting. Appreciate you. No, let me ask you this. Do you believe Black American men should be doing a lot more in this country, especially right now, to show them we're not tolerating this no more? Could you chime in on that briefly?
Yes, they should be. And Maceo, he throwed out some numbers. I'm not really sure about his numbers when he was talking about the political stuff. I'll have to go back and check it myself. But hold on 1 second. Well, what I will say is this: in this last presidential election, Republicans got more black vote than they ever have gotten, and that is because of black men. It's not because of black women. That's a fact. You can go look that up. That's a fact. And I'm sick and tired.
Do you think black women? My next question to you is: do you think black women will be doing a lot more on the front line for these cases if black men would have met them there inside the voting booths this past election?
Yes, most certainly so. Most certainly so. That's why the 92% said we're going to sit down. If you notice, a lot of these protests that's taking place right now, they're barely getting any much traction. Why? Because black women are not there organizing them. Because that's what we were doing. Remember, BLM was started. BLM was started by black women in defense of black men. So I mean, at the end of the day, they've got to do a better job. I want to highlight that point, Noah, and I'm gonna come back to you. When the election happened, when I was literally just getting started on TikTok, and black women's spaces were saying, "Hey, when you guys start getting unalived on the streets, your sons, your dads, your grandfathers, we are not going on the front line anymore." Because the way you guys did this election and making it a competition for black women and making sure that you did not put a black woman in office, we're not showing up. So this is probably why we're not getting much of an outrage, because when black women show up, they show out and they get things done. So now we're waiting for the black men to show out, and we're back to the prompt. Where is the outrage? Black men are silent on injustice. And let me say this, because we just got Jasmine in the building. Walking up, Jasmine, we got some of the FBAs here. In here. Because what are the black American men doing? Get them in here. Please share out the live, repost the live, get FBA in here, get Tariq Nasheed in here, because Tariq Nasheed invited me to his platform the other day. And I told him, how are you using your platform to help Cyrus and help Carmelo?
He's not.
Your biggest platform. What are you using your platform? He got mad at me.